are watching this video. This video is just a small video showing my exhibition before me tomorrow in the bunker in Budapest, Hungary. What you are looking right now in the beginning is part of a performance I did in 2021 called 666, where, as you can see, I paint 666 devils. They became demons. During the performance, I was drinking a complete bottle of absinthe, so the interaction was to see the body and the mind degrading through this substance. Also was very good inspiring the Dr. Jekyll and the Mr. Hyde. So we choose to open with this to give to this retrospective of 8 years of work. Immediate connection with the audience, so when the audience enter, they are allowed to read off of emotions and feelings that are not serving more to them. Come follow me. In the first painting that we choose to open, the name of the painting is Junk. Usually the name of my paintings, because I don't have this conceptualization of in my works, is usually the last song I was listening in that moment. In this case was Junk from Paul McCartney. The painting is an invitation to fight with our ego. Well, after so much fight, the fight can become a dance between these. The chickens here represent aspects of the ego, or aspects of yourself that you sacrifice for being so attached with this ego yourself. So the painting Junk is about the invitation to start to make a change within you. Through my studies in psychology and philosophy, this exhibition is an homage to Timothy Leary and to the Tibetan Book of the Dead and to Carl Jung and to all this symbolism that has been in humanity since the Sumerians till now. So I decided to make this text part of the psychedelic experience. Is the first part of the bardo, where the invitation is to stop the mind for a moment, forget everything that we know, because whoever entered to this place knows something, and everybody knows something. But to understand ourselves and understand these shadows of ourselves, it's necessary to cut off a moment and to be able to understand and to see other points of view. So the ego death is part of this exhibition of how I see myself 8 years ago, in my 20s, very excited and very where today all these emotions that can be destructive are today in a more conscious place, inviting to the audience to heal and to love and to appreciate yourself and appreciate those who are around us. What I enjoy of the place the most is the installation. So give this sensation of construction, like from, so, and where are you going to? So the exhibition showed that to be here is just discipline, constancy, and every time that you put these elements to your life, whatever you want to do, whatever is success for you, that's a toy. So we open with large charge, heavy charge. The painting is an invitation, a representation of this emotional baggage that we have for so long, and how we need to don't forget who we are. And if we forget who we are, to reflect, to come a moment and remember that we are beings of light, and we are beings of love, and we are beings of abundance. So the painting describes some kind of king that is all furious and plenty of power, and the heart in the shape of a seahorse cannot recognize him. It's when you cannot recognize yourself in the mirror. The painting, through so much emotions, it's just that, to let go of and rid of emotions that are not serving most. The next one was the silence series. The silence series was made in 2021, 2022. I went to a retirement of silence for 30 days, and the plan was to do 30 paintings. Well, at the day 12 I stopped, and I didn't continue because I was more keen to see what's going on inside of me. The silence series is just fragments and moments of myself, where the chicken and the bull, they are the protagonists of it, where the chicken represent the intellectual and represent the small steps, where the bull represent the passionate and the non-thinking emotion, when you are not in control of your emotion and you are a catastrophe in emotional states. The next one was Zona de Promesas, that translate to the Promises Song. In this painting, that is the last painting I've been working on in this period, we can see a develop in my brush strokes, more security in the canvas, more intention of giving more depth to the works, and also using all the symbols I love from Masonry, from mysticism, from alchemy, and where the paintings in the beginning I was working through the colors of the chakras, so my beginning of the painting was too much red associated with the root. The letter that is blue is inviting me to let go of these aspects of me and to go to unknown places. So Zona de Promesas is just a representation of, after wearing off of the emotional baggage, to go to new places that we don't know ourselves, but certainly we are ready to complete. Then we have the Dark Room series. And this series starts as a needed of simplicity of color. It's an homage to lysergic and LSDs, mushrooms, and all psychedelics in the aspects of psychology. So they show different struggles. They show a bull where the ring boxing is small, so it's an opportunity to see yourself as an omnipresent, and don't allow the circumstances define what of you. Then the other show a little kid or a little figure, not little kid, a little figure, or perhaps the infant hanging, where this can be a representation of dark thoughts, that their dark thoughts are not negative, it's just part of who we are, and as most we spend time to understand them, they will be less heavy to us. The next one is a chair, where the chair is the meaning of sitting. We need to sit, we need to be in stillness to understand more of who we are. The next painting, it comes here, is Pink Cloud and Acid, inspired in Egypt and inspired in the god Isis. The paintings, they are made in two different periods. They are connected by the infinite, where this creature, that is myself, from the dark, from it's creating some kind of matter, something positive, how to bring from the bad experiences something positive. And then the other painting is made with backgrounds and hieroglyphics and things coming this cosmos or space universe. Is this thing creating this thing? There is my other part. There is a combination between the masculine and the feminine that my work is finding and trying to find that balance between these two days. Very necessary to be in connection with the feminine aspects and the masculine aspects. If we come here, we have the edge of reality. Again, my painting had the name of the last song I was listening. In this case, was Elvis Presley, The Edge of Reality, where we see a bull, more calm, yellow bull, associated with the solar plexus chakra. There's courage to confront my thoughts. This is a representation of a mind where these lines were intrusive thoughts, pains, emotions not understood, emotional baggage, where the bull is just using the third eye to trespass this thing, where you stay again with the pretty of all those moments, how we can pick from any experience the good. The next one is a triptych called Deva, Time Travel and Teachers, where in this whimsical expression of things we have the devil, we have the dinosaur with the head of Jesus, they call the Jurassic Christ. It's not an offense, it's just perhaps in another dimension there's a dinosaur Jesus. And we have the bull with orange, representing the sacred, the understanding of emotions. How do these emotions, don't let them define us, and bring the best, always the best. Then here we have a work from Argentina, when I start to paint, or visceral, or this is my black conscience. I was using in that moment blues and purples and things, but that maybe I can relate it with moments of bliss that I was having in my life, but sometimes in our inner circles they are so toxic, and we are so trapped in fears. They don't belong to us. This painting is the standing up of this, looking forward to new opportunities. That in that moment was to move from Argentina to Budapest, and this black conscience, there is the emotional baggage, how to confront it, but in this time not confronted face to face, just confronted by allow it to stay around us, so we have more power over those things. If we come in here to the next room, we create this wall, big wall. They have three contemplates, and that is necessary. All these canvases represent aspects of humanity, aspects of myself, aspects of letting go, where isolation, John Lennon, isolation, is the elephant represents the innocence and how we are attached to innocence if we want, and how to, it's important to reconnect with the inner kid, where in the duality, this painting, the death is necessary, is the death of immaturity. But the fact that you are letting die immaturity is not meaning that you are letting die your inner child. Is how to have your inner child as something so sacred inside of you. They help you to come and cope with existence. Then 33 grades is about knowledge. The painting is a conglomerate of all symbols from logias, from the Masonry. So just people that know about Masons, they will understand the painting. But the painting is just a representation of knowledge. But perhaps knowledge is not enough if you don't have this control. Then we have here a world without love. A world without love is my first big canvas. More interesting to work in more big canvases. It's about breaking patterns. It's about to face your addictions. It's about to understand the addictions. Yes, they can be fun, they can bring joy, they can bring things, but there's a moment that they are not needed anymore. I was addicted in that moment to instant gratifications, where these things, again, my own demons, because we are all demons or angels, with a cage. I call it the mental cage. That the mental cage is the representation when you recognize that something is hurting you, but you still are doing it and doing it and doing it, and you repeat the patterns and the patterns and the patterns. In my paintings, when we see the white face, there are just three little of those. They represent moments of clarity, where in clarity, whatever it is, we can find gaps to heal. And to, when we see the addiction, say, addiction, no, not this time, I want to change. Once that you change it and change it again, when we start with discipline, yellow, courage, we see the body of the rhinoceros exploding. So you are reading off, by consequence of your action, you are reading off of all these things that keep you stuck. In the middle, we have this small collage of vices. There is where I start to go to classes of drumming session to start to understand a little more composition. I never studied arts, so all this is being self-inducted by curiosity. Then afterwards, when I moved to what is my studio in Budapest, I made this painting, the Lamassu, again inspiring the god Lamassus. This painting is the representation of new beginnings, new possibilities, and in these new possibilities, there's always a new rise and there's always a new song, and you are ready. This body is completely, fully white. You are ready for whatever is coming next. Again, we are attached to our egos till the moment that we die. But if we're gonna be attached to that thing, how to bring the best of these things, raise ourselves. In the next one, we have sueles dejarme solo. You Often Leave Me Alone, Suele Dejarme Solo, is from a band called Soda Stereo from Argentina. This painting, I call it the Devil of Love. The green represents the heart chakra, but when you are coming from so much fear and then you start to experience love, you can get afraid because you don't understand what is this new emotion or what is love, because the love being this universal thing from our families is being attached to grades, to good things, to etc., where love should be unconditional. So my practice, or where I'm going, is to learn to love more unconditional the world and myself. The next one is called Butcher is Love. Butcher is Love is part of paintings I did in live painting performances. But Butcher is Love, again with the chair in the head, and so yellow, orange, yellow, orange, red, yellow, orange, red is attached from this part of the chakras. So in this very bloody and raw painting, the invitation is to calm down, because if we learn to calm down in chaos, it is possible to find more understandings of who we are. The next ones were called a dimension, collage, and time travel. These rabbits are my necessity to do a character that englobes the 7 hermetic principles, where we have gender, polarity, mentalism. I forgot the others. We're gonna come back in my day, gonna come back in my head. So they represent matter, they represent the nothing and the all, the above, the below, the next, the subnext, everything. Then we have here a small collage of paintings where in the inspiration we have this bunny boy, inspired of course in Harmony's Korean Gumo, one of my favorite movies, and this devil, not devil, human with the mask of the devil. They open the gate to the painting that we're gonna see in the next rooms. Then we have here a poster I did for a band of my friend, where they make an EP. This is dirty. They make an EP of songs called Pigs, Dogs, Birds, and Fishes, where the songs represent how humans are so similar to animals in many aspects. Then this plays with more pop art, and this is the opening gate to a performances I did. That was my last performance, called The Trilogy of the Dead, inspired in Gus Van Sant and Guillaume in their trilogies. So when we come here, the performance that I found so amazing, the part theatrical, and how theater is so connected with many things. This performance was the first part of the Trilogy of the Dead. The Polaroid you saw was the second part of the Trilogy of the Dead, where the rabbit time travel, I made it in that exhibition. This performance is the collaboration between masculine and feminine. I am Gus, the head, she's Gus, the head. It's an homage to Yves Klein, but instead of blue, it's red. It's an homage to menstruation, to woman. It's a homage to the cave paintings and the simplicity of the body. And the mask represents the protector that we have from our egos, where in this case the woman don't have any mask and is completely nude, and the character of the masculine is with pants and mask. This is a invitation to reflect where when we enter to relationship, often the men guilty of their insecurities, we usually tend to enter to relationships with facades, where women tend to give themselves more purely and more open to love. Then here I wanted to make an installation with the representation of the chair, with the mask from the performance is there, the chair is there, and there's a text from one of my friends from Buenos Aires. This room was made to make uncomfortable people, so I am in Budapest, I speak Spanish, so I wanted to perhaps to make people to translate the text. And in reference, the text say, "Can you see me? I'm not an stranger. Your desire is my law. Are you trying to pull me down? I am the voracious key of a manga, I don't remember the word, of a regular food feast or whatever. I am a precursor of perpetual potions. A bullet destroying my head. I am not a tyrant, I am not a construction. Are you willing to pay the price of your crime?" And the signature is the ego, where we tend to destroy many things from our ego. Always. We're here in this room. We have this painting and statue. The painting don't have title, but is a sort kind of protector portal. And this is a statue I built with elements from the nature, where the mask is from a festival called Mohan here in Budapest. I have a skull from a deer. I have some citrine, lapis lazuli, amethyst, crystal quartz, and I call it the god of abundance, not to ask always something. The nature is always giving to us, and how often we take from nature without giving back. Then, one of the last parts of the thing, we have a chair, and we have this painting. The name of the painting is How. How is a conglomeration of fear. I wanted to paint the fears of humanity and people, and fears that people confuse for ignorance and etc. So we have symbols. We have the Enola Gay drawing the bomb from the pyramids. We have the crucifixion. We have the sexualization. We have the swastika from the Tibet. We have again the dinosaur with the face of Jesus. It's when the character kind of start to take shape. We have the industrialization of animals. We have the pentagram inverted. The Pythagoras was saying there is the human over nature. We have in the middle one a character dressed as a cheetah, inspiring the goddess Cheetah from Egypt. They is the goddess of knowledge. They are not devils. They are just humans that they went down to another dimension to see a new aspect of reality, where they come back here, and it's called the three studies of the mind. Always one of my favorite painters is Francis Bacon, So these paintings are these three characters, and now they have the third eye open. The painting itself completely is an indication of reflection of fears and how to don't attack people for our ignorance. If we are ignorant, it's okay, but the people that are in front of us, they're not guilty about our ignorance. Then, in the next room, we have this series of 10 chickens. There is an homage to my grandfather that used to be a rooster trainer. Each chicken represents a point of view, a moment of ourselves, and a moment of different perhaps struggles and how differentiate these struggles. Then here I wanted to make a wall of references. I guess in 5 years this wall of reference will change, but also to give there's the 7. We have mentalism, correspondency, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, and gender. From Leonard Cohen to the Universal Mother, from Yogananda to Casablancas, from Maradona to Jesus, to the Mother, the Virgin Mary, and Caligula, and also aspects like science, obscurity, light, their values like respect, love, patience. So the world is an insight of what are my inspirations to do what I do, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope to see you in next shows in person. Have a beautiful evening and all the best and infinite prosperity for all of you.